For the last couple of years, it feels like artificial intelligence, no matter how underbaked and unreliable, penetrated every part of our lives. Promises are huge, but cracks are already showing, and they are impossible to ignore. Regular people are already protesting, but the tech moguls are asking for deregulation in hope for quicker and less restricted development. And while AI evangelists are saying this technology is already superior to human intelligence, we found out that AI certainly has its limits and could potentially hit a breaking point really soon. Welcome to the Fabric of Life, a show where I try to answer humanity's biggest questions. In our quest, sometimes I travel the world using everything from scientific findings to oldest artistic achievements known to humans. This week's question leads us to the darkest corners of AI development. What are the limits of artificial intelligence and how it can potentially ruin our lives? My name is Vladislav Radak, I'm writer and mathematician. Let me take you on an adventure.
Hello, Instagram.
Bad boy. I'm on a mission and I won't stop.
Now, before we dive deeper into this topic, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because every week I'm taking you on a new and great adventure. And right now I'm in Paris, where we try to see the difference between real Paris and the TV show Emily in Paris, and to discover something more about this great city. Stay tuned, this episode will come soon. ChatGPT is simply great. I hopped on this interesting trend where you take one of your photos and make studio light quality portrait. Obviously my photos are pitch perfect and I wanted to see how I can improve my photography, so I fed one of my photos to ChatGPT and let's see what I got from the machine. Okay, why do I look like a Balkan Al Pacino all of a sudden? What did you do to my face? Okay, let me try this one more time. Do not edit my face. Just make portrait Vogue-like studio quality. Do not, like I said, ChatGPT, do not fix my face. What is this, ChatGPT? Why do I look like a American high school annoying rich billionaire's son? And what did you do to my watch? I mean, you don't know how human watches look like? We don't have like X chromosomes. We actually have Roman numbers. Okay, this is definitely not working for me, but maybe it's working for you?
And I would guess that it will be a continuation of this trend that humanity has been on for 100+ years.
Okay, I know what you're going to say. This technology is not perfect. It evolves every day. It seeks, it learns, it develops. Like every technology, it takes time until it gets perfect. But how much time and how much technology? If we are sure that the most of advanced AI tools scrapped all the internet and then some extra, how much more AI can really improve? Everyone's betting on AI becoming a genius like Einstein, but with understanding your complex life. It reasons, it plans, it does logic puzzles. It even helps you find a perfect gift for your girlfriend because, let's be honest, your girlfriend is sharing more of her intimate stuff with ChatGPT than with you. But more on that later. There are many companies that are competing on their way to the top. And the latest trend in AI race to dominance is AI reasoning.
Everyone's betting on AI getting smarter.
The amazing thing is they can reason.
We're just at the beginning of the reasoning AI era.
Smarter models, sharper intuition, super intelligence.
Now let us dive into the weird and beautiful world of AI reasoning, and why that digital brain might be just a little bit dumber than you actually think. So here is the pitch. We're now in age of reasoning AI. Finally, models don't just guess what comes next, but they actually think. ChatGPT 4.0, Claude, Gemini, all flexing their new capabilities that are having names that will make your brain melt, but they could certainly make you sound smart on your next family dinner. chain of thought, multi-step reasoning, algorithmic planning. Well, great. But what if that's all just a mirage? New research is suggesting that reasoning AI might be actually just glorified parrots on performance-enhancing GPUs. Giving your toddler a puzzle, and they crush it. Now, you add a few more blocks, they fail, they cry, but they try again and they solve it. Add a little bit more blocks, the toddler might give up now, but it will come tomorrow and solve it again. Now you give it to the multi-billion-dollar AI. They solve the simple one, but fail over and over again to more complex ones. This is basically what happened when researchers tested AI or logic puzzles like Towers of Hanoi. The game is really simple. 3 rods, a stack of discs. The goal is to move all discs to another rod, big at the bottom, small on the top, in the fewest possible moves. The model did great until the difficulty hit moderately hard, then they failed. Hard, like 0% accuracy. Apple, yes, that Apple dropped a paper titled The Illusion of Thinking. There, they suggest that once problems get hard enough, reasoning models, well, they stop working. So, what's wrong then? Well, those models, they look like they might be thinking, but what they're actually doing is pattern matching, and we're not completely sure what's happening in a black box. When puzzle is familiar, when it's something they already seen before, it's easy to solve. But then show something new and complex, and their understanding will fall. What looks like intelligence might be just memorization at scale. There is a lot of debate, at least in terms how quickly things will be reached and how fast they're actually progressing when it comes, certainly to the reasoning side. It's not just Apple either. Salesforce calls it jagged intelligence and finds that there's a significant gap between current LLM capabilities and the real-world enterprise demand. Anthropic, the maker of one of the most advanced reasoning models, raised red flags in a recent paper called "Reasoning Models Don't Always Say What They Think." And Chinese research labs Leap found that today's AI training methods haven't been able to elicit genuinely novel reasoning abilities. We can make it do really well on benchmarks. We can make it really do well on specific tasks, and that's valuable, but introduce problems that were never seen before, something that our imaginary toddler sees every day, and they get stuck.
That's not well understood, and that some of those papers you allude to show is that it doesn't generalize. So yeah, while it might be really good at this task, it's awful at very common sense things that you and I would do in our sleep. And that's, I think, a fundamental limitation of the reasoning models right now.
So, the new holy grail of unpopular kids in Silicon Valley is superintelligence, a unified model that can cover all the complex problems that humanity is facing, with faster and more accurate responses than most of the humans. Now we're building more specific AI agents that are solving specific problems really well, but apparently that's not the goal. Some of the moneymakers say we need more computational power to scale those complex models.
The amount of computation we need at this point as a result of agentic AI, as a result of reasoning, is easily 100 times more than we thought we needed this time last year.
But some researchers say that we can be years, even decades, from superintelligence, and that AI research can hit a breaking point. That already happened in around November 2024, when the industry entered a full-blown existential crisis. Debate around progress stalling and China catching up that hit the public trade, with Nvidia stock started drowning in investors' tears in early 2025. There is real fear that scaling AI, buying more chips, buying bigger data centers, feeding more data into it, could potentially hit a brick wall. And even if it doesn't, and the development keeps progressing, the real question is how it can be useful to general humanity and not only to a couple of selected few. For now, we can flood the internet with stuff like this.
Everything burning down, my brother. The whole camp gone up in smoke, you hear? This is madness.
So, depending on what you're working on, the AI is not coming for your job yet. It will keep trying recommending you Spotify playlists and suggest you to eat stones, flood the internet with AI slop and make your auntie glued to the Facebook posts. It will make hundreds of Silicon Valley moguls uber rich, and it will make billions of teenagers uber unhappy and lost. But the most important thing is that it will make us even more ask the question, what is making us really human?